So I originally wanted to open this only for clients, but I thought might as well just kind of open it to the public so that maybe, there's probably people out there who can benefit from a quick analysis on this. So there's nothing, hidden on this, right? This is Bitcoin using Bitfinex's data, and it's real time as a daily chart. Okay, so just kind of outlining what happened over the weekend, right? With the it's not a big drop. I mean, it's close to $1,000 drop, but it's not a big drop. We've seen bigger drops, like back in March and stuff. So, um, what I have in front of you here just kind of outlines, what your typical, you know, um, person would do for technical analysis and all that, right? Trend lines, all that, finding your support and resistance and so on and so forth. Um, the reason I'm talking about this is because there's been a rise over the last few days, really, of people really needing help on this. So I know that there's probably like um, a big proportion of people out there, probably in our client base, that are hurting on Bitcoin. And I know people who are still trapped up here, trapped up here. I definitely know people who are up here too. So I'm not here to nag or, laugh at their corpse or anything like that. But the thing that really makes me kind of sad as a mentor is, why do people still hold on to losers, right? It's a very annoying thing to kind of think about when you're mentoring somebody, why they still hold. I would understand if you're holding Apple or Google or Amazon, even if Amazon drops $300 today or next month, at the end of the day, the company is doing well. When you're holding something like Bitcoin, right? I mean, yes, you may have read a white paper. Yes, you may believe it is the currency of the future. So it goes back to what I'm saying. If you truly believe that what you have is going to turn into gold someday, then I guess you shouldn't really be engaging us and ask us for help, right? I think that kind of goes without saying, that if you believe that this is going to go to 100,000 someday, then why bother talking to us? But the people who are asking are the ones who are skittish, who are scared, thinking, they're losing thousands of dollars, and they want to really decide whether or not they're going to have to dump this. Now, nobody can really tell how far or, when the bounce is going to happen, right? People who bought here were probably very confident, and, they made about $3,000 if they went long from here. So here we are again, testing the support. So those of you who love your triangles and your flags, whatever you want to call it, this is essentially a bear flag. Okay, some of you probably are going to think, oh, I'm going to start shorting here now. It is up to you. For us, we shorted around here, right? It's pretty clear and obvious why it's a short there. If you don't know, you probably need to go and study. If you don't know look how to read charts, definitely engage somebody like us or somebody out there who can teach you how to read charts. Okay, so it goes back to what I'm saying. Um, pain will always be the world's best teacher, right? We keep trying to warn clients and even people, even on Twitter or people we know. You got to be careful. You got to know what you're doing before you go into this market. But most people will probably not even, take heed of that and just go in because they think, well, why not? I'll only know once I really do go in there. So, um, I don't ever want to see clients lose money, right? If you're not a client, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to see people suffer, obviously, but this is the market that we're in, right? And people will lose money because it is a zero-sum game. People have to lose money so that others can make money. So here we are at Bitcoin, and the point I'm trying to make is, why do people still wait for so long to realize that things are going to go bad or things are going to go good? Let's put it, for example, right? I had the same amount of inquiries back in April as Bitcoin was bouncing really hard. Like this huge pop here definitely got so many emails sent into us, right? Just the same as this drop here increased the volume of emails that we received. So it's always interesting, like I said, and it goes back to what the whole point, that most retail traders or investors are always a little bit late to the game because they wait for a big sign and then they go in, they short or they go long, and then by the time they go long, they get pretty frustrated because it's not moving the way they expect, or at least it's not moving faster than what they think it should be doing. Right? So I'm pretty sure some of you who are watching this probably saw this break on the trend line and thinking, "Ooh, it's time to short." And what are you gonna do if this guy suddenly bounces back up here? Right? Are you gonna take your loss? Are you gonna hold your short? Right? What if it continues to go back up? Maybe it goes to 9,000, right? Or it goes to 11,000. You never know, right? So it's interesting. It's an interesting thing. I mean, you know, I, I, I made this video because I wanted the other clients at Equity Sense to kind of understand human psychology and human emotion, right? Um, People have an innate nature to hope. It's hoping that whatever they're in will eventually work out. It doesn't really work very well when you're a trader. The markets don't care about you. They really don't. They'll go up, they'll go down. It is what it is. The only place I really truly believe is a place that you can hold that forever hope that you'll probably win is in the stock market, right? You can probably buy a stock, hope, sit on it for 10 years. You might actually get back your money or even make money, right? But it all depends. You can ask the same guys who, I can pull up the chart of Zynga or the chart of GoPro, and you'll probably think, wow, that was a big mistake, right? I mean, let me just kind of quickly pull this up. GoPro. Recall that GoPro was definitely, you know, up here, right? And I know we have clients who bought here, here as it was going down, thinking it was going to be the next Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. So since 2015, you'd be underwater, right? Maybe it will go back up. Maybe. You never know, right? Same with Twitter. You can look at Twitter and same idea, right? Maybe it is. I mean, people got lucky on Twitter, I would say, because now it's going back up, right? So they got lucky. But that's the thing. It depends on what you put your money in. If you put more of your money on GoPro, you definitely are screwed. If you put some more of your money on Twitter, you're probably getting saved right now. Don't really know how far Twitter's gonna get. Maybe it'll go to 52. Maybe it'll go back to 72. Maybe it will make new highs. You never know. The people who bought down here are definitely very, very happy, right? Because they thought, well, it's definitely doing very well. At one point, people were definitely so bearish on Twitter that thinking it was gonna go bust, right? But that's beside my point. In the stock market, there's probably that chance. In the Bitcoin market or in the crypto market, it's all dependent on what they really are gonna do, right? Um, the 90% of people who trade cryptos don't understand what they're doing. They're just chasing the fad, just chasing the hype and everything. And that's why you get these things, right? So I got a lot of people who are asking me for help now, trying to mitigate their positions and all that. And it always seems the case here at the firm anyway. They come to us when they're losing money. When they're making a lot of money, nobody really kind of emails us. They just say, oh yeah, we're doing well. We don't need help. But every time people kind of start losing money, or they're not doing as well as they should be, they start to kind of ask for help. And I think sort of the reputation we've built over the years that we somehow mitigate losses for some reason, and we're miracle workers and we can turn bad things around, right? So for all the clients, we did issue a sell alert this weekend, right around this area at 7,600 area, and we've taken profits on that short. Still remains to be seen whether we do bounce here or we do something. Nobody can kind of tell, but we look at it and we will just evaluate it on a day-to-day basis. So I do hope, if there's anything you can take from this, is that don't let the pain of don't let the loss become so big then that you will start to learn your lesson, right? Ultimately, again, people are always stubborn. They will probably, whether it's ego or pride, they won't admit they're wrong. And then once it's gotten too far, then they're gonna take the loss, and then they're gonna learn. But that's what we try to what we aim to solve with our mentorship program, that you can learn from people's mistakes and that you don't have to repeat them, because in this business, right, when you make a mistake, it's costly. It literally will hurt your bottom line. It's not like pursuing a girl or a guy, the only thing you really have wasted maybe a few dollars and your time. Whereas this, it can be a few $100s, it can be a few $1,000s, and those things are not going to be easy to replace, especially if you're not very, very rich. So, but ultimately you'll look at this and you'll learn, and you'll get better. I mean, at the end of the day, all you can really do is improve yourself and invest in yourself, right? So, for those of you who got burned on Bitcoin, whatever price point you bought, I hope you can at least learn a valuable lesson. Maybe get it all back if at all possible. Those of you who are making money, congratulations, you're doing very well. Um, and for those of you who are thinking about going into this space, learn the ropes. You really can't do this half-assed. You can't just kind of take shortcuts, because then you're gonna end up losing a lot of money. All right, so good luck, and I'll talk to you guys next time.